Greetings everyone. This is a video that entails what's up around these parts at St. Paul Lutheran Church in Hull, Iowa. Glad to be with you on a Tuesday. Usually we do this on a Monday. Wasn't able to quite get there yesterday with this one, but here we go. A couple days ago was the 17th Sunday of Pentecost. I just loved going through the passage that we had in the gospel and the other texts too with everyone there. Just a really nice service, and to connect with you after the service as well. It was also Rally Sunday, and everybody got to partake in the first lesson on Genesis 3 and the upward fall of man, who was deceived into doubt by the serpent. Instead of believing in God and his promises, we are enticed, and in doing so tend to trust ourselves above him. Well, that tale is a very old one, but Genesis 3, you should know, of course, that we also get the promise that there is a seed on the way who would crush the serpent's head, though his heel would be bruised. So the promise, it leads to Jesus Christ. And today we live in a world where he, the living word made flesh, must be given in the flesh to you. So this is communion. We have that on Sunday. This is in the spoken word. This is in the promise that you receive in baptism. These are the means of grace in our church, whereby God is the actor giving himself to you. All right, so what is going to come out in our text on this Sunday? Well, who is the greatest? The disciples are wondering that after being, taken aback, flabbergasted over what Jesus just said, that he would die. That one of them would betray him, that he would be at the hands of humanity that wanted to put him down, but also that he would be raised. And then they're starting to think, where am I on the totem pole here? Am I going to betray Christ? Is it me? And if Christ is going to die, who's going to take over when he's gone? That's what the disciples were wondering. So we'll see where that goes on Sunday. Last Sunday, also after the pizza and the lesson, thanks so much, Education Committee, for putting that on. Later in the afternoon, I took our junior Lutherans. I think we had 10 of our 5th grade through 12th grade kids join us. We went to Lake Pahoja, and here's some of those kids. Colin and Calvin might be on a kayak at this point, while these guys had a massive construction of clay that I came upon them, they were eulogizing. Apparently they held a funeral for this before they threw it back in the lake. We've got some things to untangle with this group, but they were so fun. So were the kids we met from Heritage Lutheran in Brandon. Yeah, we had a good time. I got to share a devotion on the psalm read that morning, 116, before we left. There were s'mores, there were hot dogs, there was fruit. Might have even been a couple vegetables too. But yeah, a really fun later afternoon and early evening before we came back to Sioux County. So yeah, just a few pictures. I am not great at capturing moments. I do like to be in them, in the midst of everything going on. Looks like Maddie's throwing a pretty good spiral right there. But I did pick up the camera and captured a few in about 10 seconds. Just look around. Yeah, Silas came with as well. And as expected, he got pretty sandy. So, all right. Looking good, Greta, by the flowers. Okay, that's the pictures for this week. Let's see, what's up this week? Wednesday, Bible study, 1 p.m. We had a good group meet and read the preface and the first chapter together, all but the last 4 pages. They're going to take a book home and maybe run through that. We might run through those last 4 pages in our next session and also move on to chapter 2. You are welcome to be there if you can make it. It's a really fun book to go through with a group of fellow Christians and believers of Christ, and thought-provoking for sure, and really good for discussion. It's ripe for that. Confirmation, we'll try to get together by 6 p.m. It's pretty early to try to get there. We tried 5:45. We weren't quite able to do that with practices and other things going on, but we're getting in the groove for confirmation. And we're going to, having tackled the first commandment, we're going to move on in the catechism year to our second commandment lesson for confirmation this week. There will also be a men's breakfast group that gets together at 6:30 in the morning. This Friday, we're back on with the armor of God. Maybe we'll tackle the first part of the passage that we read last week and really focus in on what that has to say to Christians such as we are, to Christian men who are there, of course, and what it's said throughout history, and why Paul ended the letter to the Ephesians in the way that he did with this armor of God passage. Okay, a couple birthdays to celebrate, several. Amy Van Beek has a birthday in a couple of days on Thursday. On Sunday, the next time we get together here at church for worship, is Sherry Tiedemann will celebrate a birthday. Greg Renz also has a birthday on Sunday. Happy birthday to you all. I missed Brad and Joanne Moe's anniversary in my last How It's Going with Pastor Owen. I usually go through the Sunday, but I missed it. I think they had their 51st. If I remember, last year was their 50th. So congratulations, Brad and Joanne. John and Erica Tiedemann have an anniversary today. Bruce and Courtney Fick will celebrate their anniversary on Saturday, and Terry and Julene Anderson on Sunday. Way to go. All right, Psalm 54, verse 4. Can I edit this live? Yes, I can. Surely God is my help. The Lord is the one who sustains me. When we uphold in faith that first commandment, to trust that the Lord created us, nourishes us, sustains us, that He is our help even in the midst of trouble, well, then our faith is placed correctly. He is trustworthy, and He indeed has promised to be your help. All right. You can live with that promise in your ears this week. Blessings to you, everyone.